Welcome to High Oracle's Reiki Spiritual Healing Channel. And, I had a premonition today, and they've been coming at me in different ways. And, I couldn't understand what was happening because they were coming at me so fast. And I could hear people talking. I could hear two men talking. But I couldn't understand what they were saying until, I had to calm my mind down, in order to hear what was being said, because they were not using their voice to speak. So I don't know, what is going on here. I didn't understand what was going on at the time. But these two men were planning and they were plotting. And I could hear them plotting on a female. I could hear them plotting these two males, and they were kind of older because I could see their hands. And I could hear them talking, but they wasn't using their mouths to talk. So they were sitting there plotting on a female, and they were, one of the males, the older male, was telling, the other older male, we're going to have to, siphon somebody's energy. How about your wife? And the other male said, you can't siphon her energy because I'm already siphoning her energy. I'm already, siphoning her mental capacity. Okay, so we have to find somebody else. And I'm hearing this, I'm hearing this conversation. And, the conversation sort of went like this. Well, if we don't get someone to siphon their energy real soon, you remember what Daddy told us. And it was sounding like something that, that you would have to pray against. And I've been in prayer against this, because I don't know who this is for. But someone is plotting a plan. It may be, for the chosen ones. It may be for the collective, that these two men are plotting against some females. And I've been getting this download about the females all weekend long. And, today I am, just hearing this conversation, and it kind of reminded me of, the brothers of Joseph, when, Benjamin had been taken, and they had said that he had stolen something, and the brothers, came together and said, well, you remember what your father told you. You took a covenant with your father. So this is an evil covenant that these two men in this vision, in this premonition, this is an evil covenant that they have made in order to siphon women's energy in their family. I don't know who this is for. But you're going to have to be careful with these older males. They are warlocks. And I could distinctly hear them say, well, she's not coming back, and they were sounding like someone had left or someone had passed, and they kept saying that she's not coming back. She's not coming back. So we're going to have someone to siphon their energy. And so what I'm understanding is that the woman that is in this man's life, is her energy is being siphoned by this man. Her mental capacity is being siphoned by this man, because they are warlocks in this family. The father and the sons are warlocks, and they, they siphon the financial energy, the mental capacity. They siphon the health energy off of women in this family. And I was seeing that, I don't even understand, this male was on a walking cane. He was on a stick. And so he said again, well, you know what's going to happen to us if we do not find someone to siphon their energy. And so the other male was saying, well, I've already siphoned everybody that I can. And there are people that, have found out what I was doing, and they no longer talk to me. They no, I can't get it out. They no longer deal with me because they found out what I was doing. So, these people are trying to siphon the energy of a family. You're going to have to be careful with your children around these types of warlocks, because if they cannot, and this is just the download that I've been getting today, and it's very disturbing to me, and I've been praying against it. I've been praying Sajda, Surah Sajda, and it's very disturbing that you will have to be careful with these types of spiritual narcissists. You will have to be careful with these types of men, because they are very powerful, because they have spiritual parasites attached to these men. I could hear them broad as day talking to each other without, opening their mouths. You're going to have to be very careful with these types of people that have been experienced in psychic attacks. These warlocks, these people who have, gathered, riches, they have a lot of experience in attacking people with the evil eye. They have experience using black magic, manipulation, whatever they will have to do. 717, as I'm saying this, they will do whatever they have to do in order to attack the chosen ones. So please, if their health is failing, do not take your children around them. Do not take your female children. I've been seeing the sacrifice of female children, of females, of women, all weekend long, and now I'm getting the confirmation in this vision that there are males in your family, the elder males are trying to hold on to their position. They're trying to stay relevant, and they're trying to siphon the energy of the women, any women that are around them, any women that are children, young children, and they will do anything to take their health, their financial health, because they have run out of, chosen ones. They have run out of people that they can siphon their energy, and they feel that their time is up. The entity is coming to collect. And this is what I believe that this means. That the entity is coming to collect, and they're willing to sacrifice anybody in their life. The women that are in their life, they're willing to drive them crazy. They're willing to, send psychic attacks, siphon their health, so that the entity will take the female instead of them. But it will not happen this time. I have been praying against it. I have a confirmation that this will not happen this time, where you're able to attack the females in your family line. I have seen, this I have seen this type of attack in some of my clients, where there are men in their lineage that have siphoned the energy of all of the women, and they started siphoning the energy of the younger women when there were no one else to siphon. They had, siphoned their wives, to unaliving till it was fatal. With, different types of diseases, heart attacks, strokes, aneurysms, those types of things that, we have been trying to heal in our people. But these are warlocks and witches that I'm seeing. And, you know, like I said, these people are mentally challenged. I started off, you know, seeing that these people were mentally challenged when they were trying to sacrifice the women in their family, you know, because they are attached. They have attachments. They have spiritual parasites that are controlling them. They have destiny swaps that are controlling them, that if they do not do this, that, you know, it means that it's their life. The entity is coming to collect them or someone around them. So you will have to cut these spiritual cords with these people. And, you know, this is what I believe it is a warning to me. And I am warning also you out there. I'm warning the chosen ones. I'm warning you, those who are empaths, the believers, the witnesses. If you are having these attachments to people in your lives, make sure that you moved away from them. If God tells you to leave the state, leave the state. You'll definitely have to leave these people where they are. And at this point, it is in you know, it is a psychic attack upon me, and I'm seeing that now from this vision, from this premonition, that these people will never stop. They're obsessed with me, and I'm going to cut all communications. And that is the best way to cut the cords with these types of narcissists that understand that they have, you know, demonic parasites attached to them. And that's what we're going to cleanse. We're going to cleanse that negative energy, and it is going to cut the cords. And whatever they send out, whatever they conspire, it will be returned to sender. It will backfire, and it will be fatal for these narcissists. And I hope that you receive this message. Please like, share, and subscribe to me. Book your consultations so that I can acclimate a gift to you. Donate to my channel. I'm High Oracle, Reiki Spiritual Healer. Assalamu alaikum.